Okay, we've got breaking news coming in. Let's welcome to the show House Homeland Security's ranking member, Congressman John Katko. It's great to see you, Congressman. Texas Governor Greg Abbott invoked the invasion clause of the U.S. Constitution to deal with the border crisis down there. This is the first time we've ever seen a U.S. governor do this. What's your reaction?
My reaction is I'd probably be doing the same thing if I was a governor. What else can he do at this point? It's like banging your head against a wall trying to get this administration to pay attention to the crisis that they created, and it is a crisis. People are dying in record numbers, people are dying of drug overdoses in record numbers, and people are crossing in record numbers, including terrorists. So what else can he do at this point? I don't blame him for giving it a shot and trying everything he can to make it happen. Yeah, we've had more terrorists caught in the last fiscal year than the prior 4 years combined. Homeland Security Secretary, we watched what was going on, Congressman. You were at the hearing. He's still claiming the border is secure. His own team says that's wrong. Your reaction? My reaction is just listen to the person who answered the question right after him, and that would be Director Wray from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And he detailed the litany of concerns he has about the border right now, from a criminal standpoint, from a terrorist standpoint, from a national security standpoint. That does not comport with reality to say that the border is secure, and nobody that I know is maintaining that except the Secretary, and I just think he's wrong in this one. Let's watch some of the fireworks from today's hearings. Let's listen to this.
Secretary Mayorkas, final question, good sir.
Of honor and
it's been rumored
and nobility throughout the Department of Homeland Security. That is
you represent nobility, Secretary Mayorkas?
Congressman, that is what I am dedicated to. Our interdiction efforts have been more successful than ever before. I should note,
Mr. Secretary, in my home state,
excuse me,
Mr. Secretary, you've done this all day. When you don't like a question, you filibuster.
Let me be very clear.
Yes or no?
May I answer your
question?
No,
yes or no? Have you had that conversation with anyone in the administration?
I am very proud of what we have accomplished. I'm very committed to accomplishing more.
Answer the question. Have you had a conversation with anyone in the administration about stepping down from your current role?
I have not.
I hope, for the sake of the safety of the American people, that conversation happens very soon.
Statistics tell me that the border is only getting worse. How many of the 600,000 people match the terror watch list?
Well, Congressman, by definition, they are gotaways.
Okay, so you don't know. And so how can you say that the border is secure?
Do you know what the GOP plan is for the border?
I do not.
My point is, I've not heard a plan. I've just heard grievances.
That was Eric Swalwell saying there's no plan. I mean, what's with the talking points? He works for the American people. The American people don't work for him. Well, that's our job as members of Congress, to hold people accountable and, all across the government, and that's what we did today. And when we take over the majority on January 3rd, my colleagues who will follow me running the committee are going to hold him and others accountable for this, and it's going to be a different dynamic because we'll be in a majority and we'll be able to dictate things. Are you going to move to impeach him? I won't be on the committee at that point, so I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that's certainly something that's been discussed. I don't know if it rises to that level or if that's necessary, but what we do need to do is to hold this administration accountable for the atrocious border situation that we now have that they created. You know, in October 2019, there was something like 55,000, 60,000 illegal border crossings. There's now 230,000. It's astronomical now. I mean, we are seeing records broken from month to month to month. So, and the American people are sick and tired of it. They're sick and tired of having to see this on their TV screens every night, where you see Mayorkas down there just, jawboning and not doing anything, and having now a federal judge kicking out Trump's Title 42 today, the pandemic policy. The D.C. Judge Emmett Sullivan just pushed that out the door. So that's gone. So, what about the upholding their pledge for the safety of U.S. citizens, their constitutional oath? Well, they seem to have ignored that pledge, but I can tell you one group they didn't mention that is aghast and apoplectic about this is 108,000 families who had to bury loved ones this year because of drug overdoses. Drug overdoses are now the #1 killer of people 18 to 45 years old, and it's for the first time in our nation's history, more than 100,000 people have died of a drug overdose. That is directly related to what's going on at the border, especially since fentanyl is coming across in
ungodly numbers.
Yeah, and drug gangs and crime in U.S. cities exploding, directly linked to Biden's border collapse. Congressman Katko, always a pleasure to have you on, sir. Come back soon, okay?